Hey everybody, it's Dan from the Hustle Couple, and I'm coming at you today with a what's sold over the weekend on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody had a nice long weekend. Our weekend sales-wise was, it was decent. We didn't have a tremendous number of things that sold over the weekend, but the things that did sell, for the most part, were excellent. They were really good. I had some really, really great high-dollar menswear sales come through, some shoes, and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I do want to say that stick around for the end of the video, and right now I'm making an announcement of an announcement. So stick around till the end. There's going to be a big announcement coming at the end of the video. So stick around. All right. We're going to get started with Mercari today. We only had one thing sell on Mercari over the weekend, but it was pretty decent. It was this pair of Hugo Boss women's size 12 pants. These are the Titana 6 microcheck blue career trousers. The good thing about Hugo Boss is, for the most part, it's always going to tell you the style name on the back of the care tag. Right here it says Titana 6. And then I've got, these are a US size 12 right there. There we go. And these sold on Mercari, like I said, for $44.97. It's a good way to start off the video today with an almost $50 sale. Gotta love it. All right. Let's get these packed up and out of here. Yeah. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay, moving on to Poshmark. The first thing that we sold on Poshmark was this pair of shoes. This is a pair of Nike women's size 5.5 blazer mid snake triple black. And then I put the style number in the title, 685225. And then the color code is the -001. This was a pair of Amy's shoes, and we're getting them out of here. These sold for $38 on Poshmark. Speaking of Poshmark, if you guys are not aware yet, this happened probably a couple of weeks ago. Poshmark switched all of their packaging. Not packaging. They switched their shipping service. So everything that sells on Poshmark used to be priority mail, and they have switched that to Ground Advantage now. There is a little call out on all of the orders still that says, hey, shipping reminder, make sure you use Ground Advantage. Don't use priority mail packaging. And there is some information where you can now also get free Ground Advantage postal shipping supplies from the Postal Service. There's an 800 number you can call to place an order, or you can do it through email. I did my order through email, and I know that some people were having issues with the email ordering. I had no issues. Mine worked great. I sent an email to the address they tell you to send an email to. I gave them all the required information, my name, my Poshmark closet name, mailing address, and then the packaging that I wanted. I think there's only one thing I'm still waiting on. I haven't received the poly regular Ground Advantage poly mailers yet, but I have gotten these awesome Ground Advantage shipping boxes. I got two different sizes. There's this size right here. These are like shoe boxes. So these are like 15 by 7.5 by 5. You know, really great for shipping shoes. The larger size box is more of a cube. These are 12 by 12 by 8.5 Ground Advantage. And then I've also got these paper padded shipping envelopes. These are 14.5 by 20. And this is just like the priority mail packaging. These are free. You order these from the post office and they will deliver them to you. And as long as you're shipping with a Ground Advantage label, you're good to go. So, all right, let's get these shoes packed up into this box. This is the first time I'm using these Ground Advantage supplies. All right. Sweet. All right. Make sure I'm putting the right label on the right box. Yes. Okay. There we go. All right. Next sale on Poshmark. This is a kids brand. This is one of the few kids brands that we pick up. Pretty much everything we find. It's rare that we buy kids stuff, but when we do, Janie and Jack is one of the better selling brands that we've come across. This is Janie and Jack girls size 7 sweatshirt. Voila, puff sleeve oatmeal fleece. This only sold for $15, but you know, every little bit helps. Let me show you guys the tag here. There you go. I think some of the newer ones, it's more of a square tag instead of this rectangular one. But like I said, it can do pretty well. Yep. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go on to the next one on Poshmark. This is a Chico's Travelers Women's size 1, US 8, cardigan, open front, half sleeve, brown slinky. We always like to put the keyword slinky in the title of all the Chico's Travelers stuff. It's worked pretty well for us. It's a pretty good descriptor of how the product actually feels. There we go, and this sold on Poshmark for $27. All right. For the Ground Advantage Poshmark stuff, I am just using our regular poly mailers still, because like this big old padded envelope is kind of overkill. And like I said, I haven't gotten the Ground Advantage poly mailers from the Postal Service yet. So those should hopefully be coming soon. All right, that's going to do it for Poshmark. We can get this eBay stuff going here. Let's see. I'll get my screen up so I know what everybody paid for shipping. Okay, we're going to start off with some menswear. Menswear sales. All right, first one that sold on eBay was, let me get it pulled up here. This guy right here. This is an Oak Hill sport coat, men's 4XLT, blue window pane, plaid, single-breasted jacket. This was listed for $69.93, and I believe sold for full asking price. Yeah, $69.93. This is a brand that I have recently started picking up. I haven't confirmed this by doing any research, but I think I think that this is an exclusive big and tall brand, because everything that I've found from this brand is big and tall sized. I don't think I've ever found something that was smaller than like a 50 long, or like, you know, there's 2XLTs, 4XLT, and the same thing kind of holds true for men's specialty sizing as it does for women's. Men's big and tall and specialty sizing is harder to find in stores. So most of the time, somebody shopping for this size clothing is going to go online anyway. So I have started, like I said, when I find these at the thrift, I am now starting to pick them up on a regular basis. And I think I only have one more listed. I've probably listed 4 or 5, and they've all sold. So it's a pretty decent sell-through rate on this brand. So it's 2.6. All right. This guy. All right. Next up is another sport coat. This one is from our good friend Peter Millar. This is a Peter Millar men's size 46 regular sport coat, blazer, jacket. If I have room to put all 3 of those words in the title, I usually will, just because people call these blazers or suit jackets, or, I mean, technically, if you want to get really, really technical, there is a difference, but for the most part, nowadays, it doesn't really matter that much. So, like I said, this was listed for $84.96 and sold on a best offer for $67.97. So that feels like me sending out a 20% off offer, and somebody accepted that. Peter Millar is known. You usually find like the polo shirts. Peter Millar sport coats are, for me anyway, are kind of few and far between. It's kind of a rare find. So whenever I do find one, I will definitely grab it. Just get this tag over here for you guys. This is the older Peter Millar tag, but the older ones still sell as well as the new ones do. So. Okay, let's keep moving right along. Next, yep. Thought I was out of order, but I'm not. Okay, next is this pair of Vince women's size medium pants, Ponte knit, mini flare, split hem, stretch, black, USA made. Some people really, really like made in the USA clothing. So if you've got room in your title, I highly recommend including that in your title. If you don't have room in the title, definitely make sure it's in your item specifics so that people can filter by country of origin. So these were listed at $34 and sold for a best offer of $20, which is not, not great, but if you know Vince has a really high retail cost, so somebody's getting an excellent deal on a pair of reading ass pants. If you're not familiar with the tag, that's what the tag looks like right there. Okay. Next up is this pair of new with tags Madewell petite women's size 23P jeans, perfect vintage flare crop, brand new. These were listed at $42.46 and they sold for $33.97. So that's not, I think that's just somebody liked the item, and then I have my offers set to send automatically at 20% off. So that's probably how that went down. Get the tag here for you guys. There you go. Anytime something is new with retail tags, I always try to make sure to include a picture of the retail tag with the brand tag. And then the buyer did want these shipped expedited, so I'm shipping them priority mail. Most pairs of jeans I can stuff into a priority mail flat rate envelope. And the cost on these priority mail flat rate envelopes has gone up quite a bit recently. So I still haven't updated my shipping policies, but I need to go do that so that we're not, because right now we charge our buyers $8.99 flat shipping. And this is up to $9.10 now, I believe, on eBay. So we're losing a little bit of money on every single one of these. All right. Let's see what we got next. 12. All right, next up we have, this is another one of our favorite brands to pick up and flip. This is LaFleur. This is the LaFleur women's size medium cardigan, Saint Ambrose Jardigan jacket blue tiny flaw. Jardigan is combination jacket cardigan. I'm pretty sure that LaFleur actually calls them that. And then anytime there's a small issue with one of our listings, I always put in all caps tiny flaw in the title so that the buyer knows there's an issue. I always put in the description, excellent pre-owned condition. However, a small spot of slight discoloration on the left shoulder. Please see detail photo. And then the detail photo, how I make the call out is I just use the markup feature in the iPhone Photos app, and I put a red circle around it. I can't even see the issue, honestly. It is the faintest little spot of discoloration, but it's there, and I'm trying. You got to be forthright and disclose all that stuff. All right. So those were in a flat rate envelope also. Okay. Next up on eBay this is another Chico's item. This is the Chico's size 1 US 8 dress blue Ponte knee length 3/4 bell sleeves stretch career. This guy was listed at 20. Oh, I didn't even tell you what the LaFleur sold for. Sorry. LaFleur sold for $40.77. This Chico's was listed at $27.20 and sold for $20, which is right on par for the majority of Chico's stuff. Most Chico stuff sells, in my experience anyway, between $20 and $25, and that is regardless of it being if it's new or pre-owned. So you've heard us say multiple times, don't pay up for new with tags Chicos when you're outsourcing, because most of the time it's not going to be worth it. Don't do it. Don't pay up. Got it? Okay. Moving on. This was a great sale. This is a super cool pair of shoes. This is, let's see. This is from a brand called Franco Quadra, which I was unfamiliar with until I looked them up at the thrift store. These looked really nice. They have, let's see, I'll just read you the title. Franco Quadra, men's, size 30, US 11, shoes, sneakers, ostrich leather, dark brown. So just like with cowboy boots that are made from ostrich leather is really, really expensive. And you can tell ostrich leather by these, it has got a really unique look to it from where the quills and the feathers were. That's why it has all these little dots all over it. So that's how you can tell something is ostrich leather. And chances are, if something has ostrich leather in it or it's made from ostrich leather, the probability that it's definitely worth your time to look up. Let me put it to you that way. So let's see. I had these shoes listed at $127.46. They were listed at $150, but we run pretty much a continuous 15% off sale, so that knocked them down to the $127. And they sold for $101.97. So again, somebody must have liked the listing, and then I had an automatic offer of 20% send out. Gotta love that. Anytime something sells for over $100, I'm happy. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next up is another menswear sale. This is our best sale of the whole weekend. You ready? This is a good one. Doesn't happen often that I find this brand or that I sell this brand, but when I do, I'm happy. This is Isaiah. Men's size 46 long sport coat, blazer, base S, super 130s, midnight blue window pane. I had this thing listed originally at $299.95, and then with our 15% off sale, price came down to $254.96. Which, if excuse me, if you're not familiar with this menswear brand, this is a very, very high-end Italian designer brand. These sport coats retail for probably $3,000 to $6,000. I'm not kidding. so even at $300, it's an amazing deal. And this guy sold for $203.97. So I'm very, very happy about that. You can barely see that it's got a really, really subtle window pane pattern. And then let me show you guys the tag so that you can be on the, it's pretty easy to spot. It's very large, bright red, and that's what it looks like right there. So, even if you know nothing about menswear or you're scared to list menswear, if you happen to run across one of these while you're outsourcing, grab it. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. All right. I found one. I remember I found two when I'm pretty sure we did a haul video about them. I found two. One sold, the other one's still listed. Hopefully it'll sell soon as well. All right. Let's keep moving along. Next sale on eBay was this pair of Spanx pants, women's large, classic navy, high-rise flare, pull-on PBP. I'm not sure what that stands for. Wide leg new. I think I got that from the tag. These are the perfect pant, I believe. Yeah, PBP high-rise flare. There you go. These were listed at $63.74, and these ended up selling for $45. Which is terrific. Love it. Buyer selected expedited shipping. So again, these are going to get stuffed into a priority mail flat rate envelope. If you need your priority mail flat rate envelope to work with you a little bit more, when you're trying to cram a pair of jeans or a pair of pants in it like this, I always just kind of bend the corners like that, flatten out the bottom a little bit, and the top I just kind of roll it over until the seal strip like that, and then once I've got it in this position, that's when I peel off the backing. Helps it seal real nice. There's your hot tip for the day. Ho! All right. Next up, we have a Talbot's women's size 6 petite, 6P petite, corduroy blazer, jacket, patch pocket, cotton stretch. This guy was listed at $42.46 and ended up selling for full asking price of $42.46. Hooray! That's great. Really great for a Talbot's blazer. See here. There you go. Talbot's Petites, 6P. And again, even with this one, this is a little bit thicker than those pair of pants that I just did. So just flatten out the bottom there. And roll that guy over. There we go. Not the prettiest, but it doesn't matter. As long as it seals, it goes. All right. Got a couple more here for you guys. This next one is an exclusively Masuk. Women's size extra small tunic, lace, top lace, tunic top, lace cuffs. There we go. Stretch navy blue. This was also listed at $42.46 and ended up selling for $33.97. I'm going to try to fold this guy a little bit differently so that I don't have to. There we go. That's a little better. Exclusively Masuk and Masuk are part of the same. Yeah, it's the same brand. I'm not sure if exclusively is a higher end line or a little bit lower end line. I'm not really sure. Exclusively Masuk and regular label Masuk, they both seem to sell pretty well for us. So I like to pick up both when I find them. Okay, there we go. All right, where are we here? We're here. All right. Next up is this pair of REI pants, men's size 32 by 29, soft shell, stretch, hiking, zip pockets, split cuff outdoor. These are listed at $29.74 and sold for $23.79. These are getting shipped to Hawaii. Fun. All right. If you guys, I'm pretty sure most people have REIs in their area. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. It's a co-op outdoor supply, like hiking store. They do clothes, shoes, tents, camping equipment, all that kind of stuff. Okay. A lot of stuff going in flat rate envelopes today. All right, we got two more here for you guys. This second to last one is a pair of Adidas Cloud Foam Pure 2.0 shoes. Oh, is this men's size 9? We sure about that? No. Okay, I got to figure this out. Yeah, see, it's a UK 7.5, US 9. That's a women's size 9. So I'm going to need to send a message to this person and let them know about that. I should have caught that earlier. Well, the person who bought them, okay. I'll send them a message and figure that out. So we'll grab a box for those guys. Okay. All right. So I am going to box these up and get them ready to go in case I hear back from the buyer in time. If I don't hear back from them in time, I'm going to ship them anyway because they do have to go out today. Because I don't want a late shipping ding on my account. In worst case scenario, I'll have to eat the return shipping cost. All right. And finally, last sale on eBay for the weekend was this Ann Taylor trench coat, women's size petite, extra small petite, jacket, black belted with pockets. This was listed at $34 and ended up selling for $27.19. All right. Find the tag here for you guys. There you go. Ann Taylor Petites. Extra small petite. That's specialty sizing. Don't pass it up. It can and will sell for you. So that's 105. Cool. All right. That was that. Now I get to input all these weights into my bulk shipping screen and get these labels printed out. Come on. There we go. All right. 2, 6, 13, 11, 3. 2, 1, 13, 11, 3. 14 ounces. Flat rate envelope. Yep, $9.10 for a flat rate envelope. Flat rate envelope. Chico's flat rate envelope. Shoes 211, 15.75. Sport coat 115, 13.11.3. Spanx pants, flat rate envelope, See, this flat rate envelope going to Hawaii, $10.40. I thought these were supposed to be flat rate. Huh? Now, I know that there is a rural area surcharge, but is Honolulu considered rural? I don't know. Post Office. I see what you're trying to do there, and I don't like it. These REI pants are going to Hawaii also. Another $10.40 flat rate envelope. Why I oughta. All right. These Adidas shoes are 1 pound, 4 ounces. And the trench coat, 1.5. Cool. Let's get these labels going here. Print labels. Okay, come on. Come on. All right. So once these labels finish printing, and you don't have to listen to me talk over the noise of the printer, I can tell you guys my announcement. Okay. All right. Announcement time. I I am really, really excited to share this news with you guys. As you know, Amy's been working at the opera and doing some other outside gigs. So I have been holding down the fort here with our reselling business. And I've been looking for ways to be more productive and get more stuff listed. And I have found it. I have found a way for me to list almost, on a regular day. I have been able to increase my listing productivity by basically 100%. I'm able to list twice as much per day as I was previously, and the way that I am able to do that is with the assistance of an AI listing tool. Now, I know what you're going to say. Come on, everybody's got AI listing tools. Which one? The cool thing is, I was actually, Amy and I both, we were approached through our email by a app developer. And this man reached out to us and said, hey, I've come across your channel. I really like what you guys are doing. I'm working on this AI listing tool. Would you be interested in checking it out and demoing it and then potentially recommending it to your audience? And I said, sure, why not? I will gladly take a look at what you've got. So I've been using this AI listing tool for the past couple of weeks. I have been in direct contact with the developer. We've been going back and forth. I've been helping him to make the tool more reliable. I've been giving him insight from a reseller's perspective as far as how to, how we like our titles to be SEO optimized, pricing strategy, all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, it's been really exciting the past couple of weeks working to get this tool ready for the general public. We are about ready to share it with you guys, and later this week. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Later this week, we're going to be putting out a demo video for this AI listing feature so that you guys can see how I'm able to basically double my productivity and use this AI listing tool to help me create better and more listings faster than I ever was before. So everything, I really like everything about it. So basically it works similar. If you've seen there are other AI listing tools out there now, of course. They all kind of work the same. The way this one works is it's very user-friendly. It's really it's easy to use. All you have to do, you just upload all of your pictures. You select your pictures that you want assigned per SKU number or per listing. It automatically, you assign it a SKU number. And that's all you have to do. Select the pictures, tell it whether you want, there's an option, how it generates your item description. It does a really basic description, or you can have it create a more robust description where it will, generate a bunch of, not a bunch, but it'll generate like extra keywords and better in-depth descriptions and stuff like that. And that's it. You just click a couple of buttons, set it to run, and within a matter of 5-6 minutes, you have full listing data. You've got titles, you've got descriptions, you've got item condition, you've got a suggested sales price, all of your item specifics are filled in. It's been a game changer for me personally. And I know for a fact that it will be a game changer for you guys as well. So, like I said, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the demo video. And we are going to be putting that out later this week. I also want to say that I am pretty confident in saying that this AI listing tool is going to be the most, if not one of the most affordable options out there. I know everybody is trying to, we're all in this reselling business, we're all reselling to make money. So the lower the cost that we're able to, pay for these tools, if it costs us less money to use these tools, that's just a bonus. So stick around later this week for the demo video. Super excited. I'm serious. See, I was talking and I think I just messed something up. Yep, I messed it up. That's what happens. I get too excited. I start to try to multitask, and I put the wrong label on the wrong thing. So this one, reprint that one. We'll just do that now. This one, yes, print. Okay. Woo! That's why I'm glad I have my tickets. So I know what's in all these envelopes. Because that could have gone very, very wrong right now. All right, let's see. What are we on? Talbot's blazer. What is happening? What did I do? All right. Sorry. I'm all discombobulated here. I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing here. This should be Spanx. Are these Spanx pants? Hello? Well, all right. I gotta make sure. This is the label for the Spanx pants. Put that on a new envelope. Moment of truth. 15339. Spanx 15339. Yes. Okay. Spanx pants have the correct label on them. Okay, there's the Spanx pants. What do we have next? The Talbots. That's this guy. This is the Talbots blazer. And that is this person. Okay, so I got to reprint that label too. This one. Okay. That's the Talbot's blazer. So this should be the REI pants. This is the REI pants. 15341. This is REI pants. 15341. Okay. REI pants belong to this guy. This guy is the REI pants. Okay. One thing gets out of order and it throws everything off. Come on. I got too excited talking about my AI listing tool. Okay. Exclusively Masuk 14270. 14270. That is this person. Okay. And then we have Adidas shoes. Adidas shoes are for, yes. There we go. And then last up, the Loft Petite Trench Coat. Yes, that was correct name. Okay. There we go. I think everything's going to the right person. Woo! All right. I've got to go take this stuff to the post office, and then we'll be back, and we will see how much profit we made over the weekend. Stick around, please.
Sleepy Jeremy. You are passed out, dude. Hi. I know this is not the normal time. It's the middle of the day. I understand. You don't have to get up. Oh, stretch it. Picnic is not moving. You go, girl, Picnic. You stay there. Just wanted you to be able to say hi to all your YouTube friends. All right, we'll check in with you later. Bye.
All right, we are back. I've taken everything to the post office, put all of our numbers into Vendu. So let's see how we did for the weekend, shall we? All right. It's pretty decent. It's better than our weekends have been, that's for sure. Yeah, $629 in profit on $1,029 in sales. Packed up and shipped 18 things out of here. Our ASP should be a little bit higher. Yep, $57.21. That does include shipping on eBay, so that is a little padded, but still not bad. So about $50 ASP per item. I'll take that. The higher dollar shoes and sport coats definitely helped kick the weekend into a little bit higher profit. And again, this is the holiday weekend, so this does include Monday. I'm not going to complain. Could it be better? Yes, could be better. But hopefully, like I said, since I've been able to list a bunch more every day, thanks to the AI listing tool that you guys are going to get a demo of really soon, hopefully next weekend's numbers will reflect that I've been listing more, and we should hopefully sell more. Right? That's the plan anyway. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.